Hi, it's Hannes Dreyer and welcome to another Wealth Insights. The box are still in the running, so I hope that they're going to make it. But today we're going to talk in terms of goals. Now you're going to say to me, why on earth goals? Well, I think I'm going to give you another angle and another way to look at it. So let's first of all start with the basics. There's a sign for intent, or the symbol for intent. And the moment that we understand this, we understand basically why we do certain things. The first part is I need to know who I am as a person. I need to know where I am. And there's only 7 areas where we need to know where we are. And that is the financial side, or your investments, or the second one is your business or your job or your vocation. And then of course the mental side, we need to know the spiritual side, the physical side, with your family, and with the social side. But this is extremely important that we know where we are. And then lastly, we need to know where do we want to go to. Because the way that I see it is that the mind, the brain, is basically a goal-seeking device. And unless there's a reason for it to progress and to move forward, nothing is going to happen at the end of the day. Okay, so we need to become extremely clear what it is that we want to achieve. Now, the difference between where you are and where you want to be, that is called, you must have a plan or a strategy. And I've discovered that there are only 2 strategies that people use. The one is called an opportunity-seeking strategy, and it's almost 100% guarantee that you're not going to make it. And I think that's one of the reasons why goal setting for most people do not work. But then there's another strategy called the wealth creators strategy that almost always work, on condition of course that you apply it. Now, what on earth is a wealth creator strategy? The wealth creator strategy is the intelligent use of limited resources like time and your energy, and for example your mindsets and your currency or your skills that you've got. So it's the intelligent use of limited resources to go from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest possible time with the least amount of risk. We do not want to work forever. So within the next 5 years or 7 years or even shorter than that, how are we going to achieve it? Now, what's the intelligent use of limited resources? We see that the mind, the brain, is a goal-seeking device. So one of the techniques that we can use in the strategy is that of goal setting. And there are a couple of things that I want you to understand when it comes to goal setting. So the first thing that we're going to look at goals. Okay, so the first part of a goal setting, you must know exactly what it is that you want. I see a lot of people come and they say, I want financial freedom, or I want to spend more time with my family. Now, that is not a goal. It is not a goal, right? And the reason why it's not a goal is a goal needs to be, let's call it, you need to know what it is that you want. And you need to be very, very specific. Unless you're going to be very specific, forget it. Your mind is not going to focus in order to help you to achieve your goal. Let me give you an example. And let's take financial freedom. So instead of financial freedom, your goal may be something like, you may set it something like, I've got monthly passive income of 50,000 Rand, index with inflation over my life expectancy, let's say that's 34 years. That's going to give you a far better exactly what it is that you want. So 50,000 Rand per month, passive income, index with inflation over my life expectancy, or as long as I live. That is a lot more specific, and I hope that you can see it. The second part that we need to do is we need to know the why. Why on earth do I do it? Why is it important for you to achieve your goal? And you need to give as many reasons as possible for each and every goal that you've set. Okay, let's take it, for example, you're busy working, but you hate your job, you hate sitting in the traffic. So I'm going to say the reason why I want the 50,000 passive income is so that I do not have to listen to my boss, and I do not have to go to a lousy job that I hate and I do not want to sit in traffic anymore. And I basically want to take my family overseas on holidays, and I want to pursue the hobbies that I want. For example, scuba diving or flying helicopters. And I want to spend more time with my children or my grandchildren or whatever the case is. The more reasons you're going to give yourself, the more real this goal is going to become to you. Right, the third part of the goal is the how part. And this is where the feeling is going to come in. You see, we're sitting with the left brain, let's call it the logical brain, and then we sit with the right part of the brain, which is called the creative side, and then we sit with the middle brain, which is called the emotional part, and then the brain stem, or let's call it the reflex part. Now, these parts of the brain literally talks a different language. They do not understand it. So logically, if I say I want a passive income of 50,000 Rand per month indexed with inflation over my life expectancy, it makes a lot of sense. And then of course we can add when, before I'm 50 years old, or before I'm 30 years, or before the next 2 years. The more specific you're going to be, the better. But that's the logical side. So we need to turn that into the emotional side so that the subconscious side starts to understand it. Okay, and this is how and where the how comes in. This is how are you going to feel the moment that you've achieved that goal. The moment that you know, I've got my 50,000 Rand per month passive income. I never ever have to work again. And it's going to be indexed with inflation. And I've achieved it right now. Maybe I don't know. But maybe you're going to feel very, very confident about it. Maybe it's going to give you a lot of security. Maybe it's going to give you a lot of peace. Whatever that feeling is, this is the next step that you're going to take. And then the last step that you're going to take basically is the what if. The what if is basically, what if I do not reach my goal? And what I want you to do there is to tap into the feeling. What's going to happen if I do not achieve this specific goal? How is that going to make you feel? Right? So, I'm going to sit and listen to my boss for the rest of my life. I know that I'm not going to get any promotions. I'm going to sit in traffic. I won't be able to take my family on holidays. I won't be able to spend time, quality time with my family, with my kids, with my grandchildren. I'm going to work till I'm 65 and even 70, and then I still can't afford not to go to work. And maybe I don't feel like it. And maybe I can't pursue the hobbies that I want to, like deep sea diving or flying helicopters or whatever the case is. So the more real you're going to make this, the more the emotional side or the subconscious mind is going to start to take over to help you to go from where you are to where you want to be. So if we can summarize this for you, the mind is a goal-seeking device. So we've got two choices. Either we can let our environment or the system, the financial system, dictates to us what they want us to achieve, which we know is 99% will never be financially free and will keep on working basically for the rest of their lives. Or we can take control by following a specific strategy. One of the techniques that we can use in this strategy is that of goal setting. But there are a couple of steps that we need to take. The first thing is we need to know what it is. In other words, very, very precise, very specific. The second thing that we need to know is why do we want to do it? And the more reasons you're going to give to yourself, the better it's going to be. The third thing is how will it make me feel the moment that I achieve that? That's where the serious emotional part comes in. And the last part is, what if I do not achieve this goal? And how am I going to feel if I know at the end of my life that I had the chance, the opportunity to really pursue a goal and to achieve and to get to where I want to be, but I didn't make it. So I really hope that this lesson has helped you a little bit. I want you to go out and to do it. to talk about this stuff, it's not going to change your life. But I promise you, the moment that you start doing this, your life will change. So, till next time, thank you very much for listening to me. Go and apply it and do it right now. Thank you.